$100,000 of
plus.
fines
Yes.
plus. Man, what's that process really like? I don't think fans understand. Like when you get fined, like they get that money, right? Like, and then you're fighting to try to get it back.
They take that money first. So every week as an NFL player, you get paid. You get paid your weekly paycheck. Now, I know some teams have gone to year-round payments, but back when I played, you got paid during the season. Once a week during the season is how you got paid. Those checks were typically pretty massive because there was only, 16 paychecks or 17 paychecks for each week. Um, so now you get fined, and that money is taken out immediately. So when you are appealing to the league office, you're appealing back to the people who have taken your money. They've already taken your money. So you're trying to get your money back. And you're appealing to the same folks who already found you guilty in the first place. So it's quite an absurd process. Now, with the newest CBA, they removed Roger Goodell as kind of the judge and jury there. So it's part of the other league office. But if you walk around the league office long enough, you recognize it's just like any other office. Roger Goodell's not up on the top floor in some penthouse. He's down here in all this with everybody else. So he's walking around. He walks into the office where the appeals officers are. So if you don't think Roger Goodell still has influence over that process, you're a bit naive.
What was like the one hit that you were fined for, and you're like, oh, okay, like I'm not gonna appeal that. Like that was pretty bad. And then what was the one hit where you're like, this is BS. I need to fight this tooth and nail.
Let me see. As a Seahawk, I think we're playing the Raiders. Maybe it was Rich Gannon was the quarterback. I spun inside Lincoln Kennedy, and as I was spinning inside, Lincoln pushed me in my back. So not only was I spinning and a bit, out of control and trying to orient myself, but now I've got Lincoln Kennedy, one of the biggest players in the league, 350 plus probably, shoving me in my back. And right as I'm coming, Rich Gannon goes down. And I end up, running through Rich, and my helmet clearly hits his helmet. And I'm like, okay, I understand the rule is there's no longer any helmet-to-helmet contact with quarterbacks. But can you see how I was literally not any control of my body? There was no intent involved. I just was literally shoved into this guy right as he was ducking. He ducked down to my level. I was already kind of going down from the Lincoln Kennedy push in the back. And they said the same thing that they said to me every single time. Chad, you are responsible for your body on the football field. No one else is responsible for their body. You are responsible for yours. And because that's how you hit this guy, the quarterback's not responsible for ducking down. The receiver is not responsible for going up and trying to catch a pass and getting blasted by a safety. So this whole Tom Brady, protecting players, no, the league does not believe in that. You, as the hitter, are responsible for your body and what you do on the football field. So whether you were pushed, whether you were working your spin move, whether the quarterback ducked, you are responsible for your body. So I went through that process a number of times, as evidenced by 100,000 plus in fines. So the last appeal that I had, was getting towards the end of my career, and my agent and I are on the conference call together, he and I, and we're prepping for the call. And I said, you know what, Peter, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let these dudes have it. I haven't won a single one of these. I haven't got any fines reduced. I'm just going to tell them how little they know about football and how much they're just a suit over there on Madison Avenue, and you couldn't do my job, because I was just so frustrated that I was being judged and evaluated by people who could never play the game and just were stuck on this one line. You're responsible for your body. You're responsible for your body. So Peter says to me, you think that's going to work? I was like, no, it's not going to work, but it's going to make me feel better. So I took my 15 minutes of time to break it down to them with how wrong they were, how little they understand. I broke down playing, attitude, intent, physics, all the different angles. And afterwards, we hung up the call, and Peter was like, okay, man, I think you just blew any possibility of working for the league or of getting any of your fines reduced. I was like, sure. I had to say it. I had to let him know.
What was their reaction?
He didn't take it very well. He did not like me talking to him in that tone. He let me know. It's a guy who's no longer with the league office, and I think he's actually passed by now. And I probably came out at him way too hard, but I was just so frustrated by the process.
Yeah.
Because I was at that point trying everything I could to avoid these things. Early in my career, that was my intent. And then I changed my intent to try to follow the rules. And just the bang bang nature of football puts you in positions where you aren't always in complete control of your body, despite league expectations. So, yeah, it did not go well. It was not received well. When my agent had some dealings with the league as the league year went around, they had some, things to say to him about my comments, how it was kind of unprofessional for him to allow me to do that. But again, he allowed me to get my frustrations out.
I had to feel good, man. That had to feel good.
It
Just
was
like
like the best
like that
25
dream
grand
of
I
just like
spent.
quitting a job, right? Like
Yeah.
F you, F you, F you. You're cool.
Go out in the blaze of glory, man. You already took the 25 grand. I know you're not going to give it back. So let me make my 25 grand worth it to me.